Their first official single release as the Rascals was 1968's A Beautiful Morning, which reached number 3 on the Billboard Hot 100.
It's a beautiful morning. I think I'll go outside for a while and just smile. Just taking some clean, fresh air for me. Staying inside. If the weather's fine and you got the time, it's your chance to wake up and plan another brand new day. Either way, it's a beautiful morning.
By 1968, the band had proved to be much more popular in Canada than in the UK. In Canada, 3 singles, A Girl Like You, How Can I Be Sure, and A Beautiful Morning, all reached number 1. The LP Timepiece, The Rascals' Greatest Hits, was released in mid-1968. It reached number 1 on the US album chart and became the group's best-selling album. In fact, Jumpin John bought a copy of it. That same year, People Got to Be Free became their 3rd and final US number 1 single and their 6th and final Canadian number 1.
All the world over so easy to see. People everywhere just wanna be free. Listen, please, listen, that's the way it should be. Peace in the valley, people got to be free. You should see what a lovely, lovely world is to be. Everyone learn to live together. Seems to me such an easy, easy thing should be. Why can't you and me learn to love one another? Now all the world over so easy to see.
People Got to Be Free was also their final US top 10 hit, although they remained a Canadian top 10 act for the next few years. In 1969, the Rascals released the double album Freedom Suite. Freedom Suite would be their last top 40 album, peaking at number 17. 4 follow-up singles, A Ray of Hope, Heaven, See, and Carry Me Back, were all modest US hits for the band during the late 1968 and 1969 time period. They each entered the top 40, but none climbed higher than number 24. In Canada, however, the Rascals were still major stars. All 4 follow-up singles made it to the Canadian top 10, completing a run of 11 straight Canadian top 10 hits for the Rascals from 1967 to 1969. December 1969's Hold On broke the run of top 40 US singles for the Rascals, only reaching number 51, as well as the run of Canadian top 10s, peaking at number 22 in Canada. Brigatti left the Rascals in 1970 and Cornish left in 1971. The last Rascals album with Brigatti and Cornish was Search and Nearness. Neither the album nor the only single release, titled Glory, Glory, sold very well. After Search and Nearness, Cavaliere and Dinelli took the Rascals to Columbia Records in mid-1971, but their subsequent albums did not sell as well as their earlier work. After 1971, none of their singles reached higher than number 95 on the US charts. After appearing at Atlantic Records' 40th anniversary celebration on May 14, 1988, Cavaliere, Cornish, and Dinelli reunited for a brief reunion tour in 1988. After that reunion tour, the original band members pursued individual efforts along with various incarnations of the band using different band names. As mentioned at the beginning of this podcast, the Rascals were inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame on May 6, 1997. All 4 original members appeared together to perform Good Lovin', Groovin', How Can I Be Sure, and People Got to Be Free. Here is a partial listing of other accolades that the Rascals have received. In 1999, Groovin was inducted into the Grammy Hall of Fame. In 2005, the Rascals were inducted into the Vocal Group Hall of Fame. On June 18, 2009, Eddie Brigati and Felix Cavaliere were inducted into the Songwriters Hall of Fame. The Rascals were inducted into the Hit Parade Hall of Fame in 2010. On April 24, 2010, all four members of the Rascals reunited for the Kristen Ann Carr benefit, which was held at New York's Tribeca Grill. Bruce Springsteen and Stevie Van Zandt joined the band for a closing Good Lovin'. Then in December 2012, Stevie Van Zandt and his wife Maureen produced and directed a combination event with the four original Rascals members. It was called The Rascals Once Upon a Dream. The performance included a montage of a concert experience, the history of the Rascals, interviews with the four Rascals, and news footage of the band. The show eventually ran on Broadway in the spring of 2013 and was taken on the road in various cities on the U.S. East Coast for a 6-month tour from May through November 2013.
This concludes another episode of Rock and Roll Flashback podcasts with your host, Jumpin John McDermott.
This episode of Rock and Roll Flashback has featured a brief overview of the Rascals. This New Jersey act became one of the best-known examples of the blue-eyed soul genre. Between 1966 and 1968, the Rascals reached the top 20 of the Billboard Hot 100 with 9 singles. This included the number 1 hits Good Lovin', Groovin', and People Got to Be Free, as well as the popular How Can I Be Sure, A Beautiful Morning, and A Girl Like You. I'm Jumpin' John McDermott.
And until next time, let's rock.
Let's rock.
Let's rock.
Rock on, rock on, rock on, rock on, rock on.
Mustang Sally. Think you better slow your Mustang down. Mustang Sally, baby. Think you better slow your Mustang down. If you keep on running around, my baby, half will put your big feet on the ground. It's alright. All you wanna do is ride around, baby, sit right, Sally, right. All you wanna do is ride around, baby, just ride, Sally, right. Now all you wanna do, ride around, baby, sit right, Sally, right. All you wanna do is ride around, baby, sit right, Sally, right. One of these early mornings, yeah, you're gonna be wiping your weeping eyes. Go on, tell 'em about it. I bought you a brand new Mustang. Talk about 1966 now. You come on with some of that signifying jive. Don't wanna let me ride Mustang. think you better slow Mustang it down. If you keep on running around, my baby, I have to put your flat feet on the ground.